Hey guys, Alex from A&R Design. You're out here on the range today shooting the Mossberg MC1 SC. So this is their new striker-fired subcompact pistol. It's a pretty cool gun. It's got very textured, very grippy grip texturing, almost like a skeletonized cutaway backstrap. It's very grippy in the hands. The cocking serrations along the slides can literally remove wood. So they're very sharp, so you're not going to slip on this gun. It's faceted, so it kind of is faceted like the 320s and the P10s. You can see how the facet here along the slide grows as it goes towards the muzzle, so that's a very popular style going on these days. The magazines that it comes with a 7-rounder and a 6-rounder, and if you notice, they have very Glock-like features. Well, that's because they also take Glock 43 magazines. There are some components in this firearm that look, appear, and function exactly like Glock 43 parts. So when I take the gun apart, you'll see some very indicative of Glock features. Anyway, as we go through it, it's got 3-dot iron sights. Shaking a little bit because I'm hungry. It's got 3-dot iron sights. It's got a flat face trigger. It's got a little hook at the bottom. Trigger guard profile goes from really wide to skinny, which is actually kind of nice when you get your supporting hand in there. You can see where my support hand lines up. It kind of rides that little cutaway, so it is very comfortable to hold. Outside of that, it has very consistent brass ejection, a very large and tactile magazine release. I can't confirm, but it looks like it's ambidextrous, so you can switch it. It has a single side slide release, like that. And one thing you're going to notice, there is no takedown lever on this gun. This gun does have to be taken down from the rear. So if you want to access this firearm, you have it locked to the rear like so. You're going to push this button inward, which pushes the striker assembly in. You can see it's got a little push pad there. You're going to pull the striker assembly out, just like that. Oh, look, it looks just like a Glock 43 striker assembly. And then you're going to release the slide stop and pull the gun apart. So again, very similarly built to a Glock. And some of the components in here look very similar to a Glock. If you guys know what Glock 43s look like, that trigger bar and linkage is very, very similar. Everything about this gun is very similar, and that's why it takes Glock 43 mags. So the trigger press itself is a pretty clean trigger press. It's a little bit gritty towards the break. It's a little bit gritty towards the break of the trigger. I'm sure that'll smooth out with a higher round count through the gun. But as of right now, like, I'm pretty impressed by the gun itself. Just gonna push that striker down with the assembly and lock it back in. It's got a little play to it, but it locks right in just fine. Trigger. As we go through this, I'm gonna shake a lot. I'm so hungry. So we go through this. It's a little stiff on the break, and then it breaks that way. Reset short and crisp, almost no creep once you get your reset, and then bang. But it is a little bit chunky going through that break. It's not as clean as some of the pre-production guns at the shows, but also those were finger blasted a lot at the shows. So I'm sure this breaks in. Today we put probably 200 rounds or so through the gun. A little less than 200 rounds. We didn't have any hiccups. It had consistent brass ejection. It's a snappy shooter, but obviously because it's such a small subcompact gun. But the slide weight to recoil spring ratio feels right. If you're trying to place really accurate shots over distance, I did find myself slowly hooking the trigger to keep a good grip on it, to maintain a good control on the firearm itself. But it has a nice height to the beaver tail, So it does sit, you can get nice and deep there, and because of the way it's built, I'm not having any slide bite issues. So, pretty cool little gun. It is very accurate. We were shooting out to 40 yards at one point, just seeing how it places, and it's a really accurate firearm. That trigger could definitely smooth out just a hair, but I'm sure there are components that might be interchangeable with this to make it a nicer shooter. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the video. It's a really basic video of us just shooting the gun. So good luck, and I do recommend, as of right now, with the 200 rounds through it, I do recommend this gun for people that are looking for an affordable subcompact pistol. I'm going to shoot it over the next few weeks and put another few hundred rounds through it every time I come out and see if we have any more problems with the gun. So we will revisit this gun again. Thank you for watching. Yay!
You're right. I want to bury the front sight too.
Yeah, you got to bury the front sight.
Special.
Oh, very special. Sick mag change. Oh, you did? Bang. Running it faster, I'm burying that front sight. Missed every shot.
No, you got two.
I got two. Kind of hard to hold on to. That startled me.
Now I'm off with this gun. Before I was shooting great.
It's because I got in your head and told you you're a little bitch.
No, I was... That might be it.
It is very punchy. It's very concussive near the muzzle, obviously. But yeah, it clears the sinuses.
Yeah.
Ugh. Guys, click like, subscribe, check us out, leave a comment. We love to hear feedback.